Theater. Danny is not here for this episode because
She went to a resort.
she went on a lesbian retreat in Germany,
Yeah.
and honestly, good for her.
Yeah, you can find her in the Bavarian mountains, actually.
She's not like to bury in some mountains for sure. God damn. Okay. Well, anyway, welcome to Apartment Theater. Yeah, Danny's not joining us for this episode, but she'll be back for the next few episodes because she'll actually have the ability to. So
Mm-hmm.
we got some really interesting ones that are going to be coming up. So make sure to subscribe so that you can not miss any episodes unless I accidentally forget to schedule an episode, which definitely didn't happen. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah. So this theme that we basically did was we probably should have watched these movies, but we didn't get
Mm-hmm.
around to it. So this one was Cuckoo, stars Hunter Schafer, who
Mm-hmm.
is uh, very hot.
Yes.
And Hunter, if you're out there, I think you're gay, so you probably don't want to be interested in me. But if you want to maybe give it a try,
I thought you were just gonna leave it at, I think you're gay.
even when I said that, I was like, as it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, you know, I probably could have done this better,
You probably,
but
yeah. Yeah, you probably could
I
have.
we do this stuff in like one shot go. It's like whatever we say, that's the episode.
Oh my
So
god.
I was like, wait, I probably shouldn't have worded it like this. But Hunter Schafer, you're hot, so good on you. It felt weird though. They play like a character that's supposed to be like young, but I'm like, no, no. Like
Yeah, that's okay.
they make out with an adult.
Do we know that they're an adult though?
I mean, you're getting a
I
hotel room.
yeah, you're getting a hotel room.
Yeah, like little kids can't get hotel
Yeah,
rooms.
I think you have to be like 25 in order to rent a hotel room or get a hotel room, especially at
Yeah,
a
yeah,
resort. Like, who's gonna have money for
yeah,
that? Not
yeah,
that she needed it, but
yeah. So
whatever.
yeah, Cuckoo. So after reluctantly moving to the German Alps with her father and his new family, Gretchen discovers that their new town hides sinister secrets as she's plagued by strange noises and frightening visions of a woman pursuing her. Um, what did you think of Cuckoo?
I liked it in
You
a
liked it.
weird way.
I'm
Yes.
I'm also kind of in the same boat. I feel like it's a movie that has really interesting ideas, but I
Yes.
don't think that I don't think as it was going that it was executing them, and I felt like as it was ending it was kind of floundering to get to the end.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of got a little bit of that too. It felt a little like maybe disjointed.
It felt like it was
Um,
parts of like other movies that like other ideas that were getting put
maybe yeah.
into yeah.
Which I'm kind of okay with. I was sort of expecting, and maybe this is where maybe some of the like floundering feeling comes from. Um, Maybe more explanation towards the end about what was going on, or what was happening, that kind of thing. Um, More explanation into who the hooded woman was, um, or what she is.
I was
Um,
so confused by the end of the movie. I was like, I think
but
I understood what happened, but I'm not entirely sure.
yeah, but in terms, because I was looking stuff up kind of frantically, trying to figure out, I'm like, are they actually, like, is this creature or person, like, actually based off of something, um, some sort of, like, mythological whatever? Um, nope. This is just something that he made up, which that kind of makes me into the movie a little bit more. That this
Yeah.
feels like a more unique storytelling of like just something that's happening. It is really weird and kind of strange, but it
It's shot
does
really well.
it is shot very nicely. But it does sort of have that like folklore kind of like feel to it, where you're like, what is happening? There's a creature in
Yeah,
the woods kind of thing.
yeah, yeah.
It
Because it like doesn't it? It's like eyes glow at some point
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Like its eyes glow red. It makes this like
So
screeching
the thing
noise.
the thing that it
Um,
does, like, so the creature does like this thing with its throat. It's kind of
mhm,
like a bird call kind of
mhm.
thing, and it like fucks with reality a little bit.
A
Like it gets you
little
like
bit.
it like makes you stuck in like a certain point
Mhm. And,
a few
like a little bit of
times.
a time loop.
Yeah,
And it's literally just so that way it can get closer to you and either like attack or question mark impregnate you. Um,
yeah. I felt like this
well,
movie
it doesn't
was
actually
definitely.
impregnate you, but
I felt like this movie was very uh, commenting on forced birth.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah.
we're for these men are forcing women to give birth to
Mhm.
their creations, and it's like,
Yes. Mhm.
yep, I'm getting it. It's a very
Yeah.
uh, gooey movie
It is a very
too.
gooey movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
a
I
lot
think
of
you're
vagina
goop.
goo.
I
Yeah,
think you're absolutely right about the forced birth kind of thing. Like with the whole banning abortion shit here in the states, and then just like shit that hardly anybody talks about of like fertility doctors literally artificially inseminating women with their own fucking sperm. Like the amount of weird ass like birth insemination assault shit that happens in the medical field and like has happened, and there are documented cases of it, like fucking insane. Like that is a rabbit hole you do not want to go down. Or maybe you do. I don't know. You'll be really disappointed in society if you do.
if you're not
Um,
already.
you'll be really disappointed in men if you're not already. Um, like
I
just
don't
the
want to sound like
audacity
a
that some of them have. Like,
I don't want to sound like a pick me guy, but I get disappointed by a lot of men
yeah,
too, where I'm just like, why are you like this? Why are
yeah.
you doing this?
Why are you like this? Yeah, and
Like, I'm not perfect,
mm-hmm.
far from it, but there's
Yeah,
definitely some things where I'm like, there are guys that are ruining it for
mm-hmm.
everybody.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and it's like, dude, what are you fucking doing? You're so
yeah.
awful.
Um, yeah, and I think you're right that this movie is 100% like a commentary on that. Um, because it's literally just like a dude who's kind of running the show, and he feels very much like a cult leader. Like the way that that character,
I just, I
who
wasn't,
he just gives me the ick,
I
as
just
the kids
wasn't
say.
sure what he was trying to do. Like, what was the game plan? He just was obsessed with like the process, and he just wants
Um,
us to see it.
so I don't think he was obsessed with the process. He was trying to preserve a dying species. Um, and so trying to, like, because he refers to it, the resort, as a nature preserve.
Yeah,
Um, and so it is like their breeding ground, or he's trying to make it into their breeding
yeah,
ground.
yeah. It's
Um, as
like
which is real like kind of weird. I mean, like I get it. I understand environmentalism and
your
wanting to
your mic
preserve.
is completely cut off when you're
I don't
talking.
know. I don't know
I
how
don't
it
know
does
what's
that
going on.
because it looks it shows up green on my
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
but I don't fucking know. Whatever.
I'm thinking if anything, it might just be like a chord issue
It could
thing or
be.
something.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
Whatever.
yeah, yeah. So some of the other things I was thinking about in this, I didn't know if they were going to go for it for the lesbian relationship thing.
Mhm.
You know, it's. I don't think I've ever seen lesbian kissing in a movie where it actually felt real of like
Yeah.
this. They actually look like they're enjoying themselves making
Mhm.
out. Like it didn't look like pornographic or anything. It was like, no, they just really want to fucking make out with each other.
Yeah, they just wanted to kiss. So that's fine.
Yeah, and it looked good, and I was just like, this feels like, even though it was a guy that directed it, it was like, no, this feels like a real lesbian relationship kind of like
Mhm.
fling thing that's happening
Yeah.
here. And
Mhm.
also the some of the actors do like German accents and they're not very good. I feel like there are times where the accent just doesn't exist anymore, and
Mm.
you're like, what's going on? But then I was like, well, maybe that's part of the reason is that they're faking something. But then I was like, oh, that doesn't really
Maybe
make
I
any
don't know.
sense either.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I did get really creeped out when the mom slash stepmom when she started going like very robotic in her speech
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like that was super weird to me. And I was like, I thought that there would be maybe a little bit more into that, but I think that's. I don't know if that was intentional or bad acting. Um,
yeah,
because we didn't really get a whole lot of acting from her to begin with.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well,
so it
because
was
like
really hard
we
to
got
tell.
this, we got to see the process of how the whole thing happens with her because she
Mhm.
gets the process done to her
Mhm.
basically. And I mean, like her kid is basically like
Yeah.
that because the kid has the
Mhm.
bird power thing,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Um, because yeah, like the whole process for them is it's like how I believe like a cuckoo bird
Mhm.
is where they'll lay their eggs with other birds' eggs
Yeah.
and make them force them to raise their kids. And once again, that's why I was like the forced
Mm.
birthing thing, where it's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna force you to raise these kids whether you want to
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
because you have no say
Mhm.
in your body. And it's like that's part of the like being disappointed in men thing, where it's like
Mhm.
you not see how fucked up this is.
Right?
You have like no media literacy at all to it. Of like,
Mhm.
dude, take a step back and actually think about, like, don't be like those guys that are like, well, women are on this earth to be nurturers. They have to do this, and it's like,
Mm.
shut the fuck up. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up. I don't. I mean, I'm not. I know I'm a guy, and I know it means more if a woman says it or something like that. But I'm like, anytime I see guys that are like, if they call them female, like females, it's like
Yeah.
women,
No.
women.
Yeah.
Just it's you don't have to say like it's like to stop.
Mhm.
Like it's like old biological thing. Like you don't care.
No, they
You
don't.
don't care.
They don't even know what biological means. So.
Yeah, no, it's like, okay, are you a provider? Because that's what you're supposed to be.
Mhm.
Oh, you're a deadbeat.
Mhm. Yeah.
You suck. Like, get
Mhm.
the fuck out of here with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Also, there's a lot of puking in this movie.
There's a lot of puking in this movie.
Yeah, it gets
The
pretty chunky.
beautiful human bird songs, uh, humanoid bird songs, if you will,
Yeah,
cause vomiting apparently.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, also with like the main scientist guy, he plays like a little recorder thing, and that's just weird. I loved
yeah.
that Gretchen is like he just he had like a sentence, and then he'll just start playing his song,
Yeah.
and then she just goes, "What the fuck is happening? Do you guys
Yeah.
not see?" Like she's and
Yeah.
because I was like, "What the fuck?" And she was like, "Are
Mhm.
you guys okay?
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
what is going on?"
Yeah.
And yeah, I kind of like her hair in this movie too. I don't know if
Oh,
that's like a
the
weird.
like crazy bob cut that she has.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's very like I don't want to say like manic pixie girl haircut, but it's kind of like Scott Pilgrim
Mhm. I know what you
girl
mean.
hair.
Yeah.
Or there's a singer who she kind of looked like in this movie, Aurora.
Yeah. I was gonna
Yeah,
say haircut very similar. Yeah.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
Aurora. She's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, she
Alright.
seems really cool.
I know, doesn't
Uh,
she?
yeah,
She's so
she just
cute.
seems nice. Also, she seems like someone who uh, could probably get you some really good drugs.
Right? She
It's
does.
like she seems like the kind of person that would just be like, so I've been taking these mushrooms and it's really been
Mhm.
opening up my chakras or whatever, and be like, yeah, I
Mhm.
guess. Yeah, your songs are fucking cool. If this is what's happening when you're making music, like
Go for it,
I'm not
babe.
gonna stop you for
Mm-mm.
doing stuff.
No.
Um,
She's
but
so
yeah, she
lovely.
seems nice, so that's
Yeah.
also, I don't know. I get a good vibe
Mhm.
from her, and she cares about the planet, and I'm like, man,
She does.
I wanna do stuff for the planet. Like I need to.
Go plant a tree, Justin. Jeez.
Where?
Anywhere. You can
Anywhere?
you can just plant a tree.
I'm just gonna bury it under like the floor of my apartment. Like, what's a tree that can just grow from nothing happening to it?
Yeah. I mean, you could go buy a tree and put it in one of those like planter bags and keep it in your apartment. And then you have some nature in your apartment. You could do that.
No, I think I'm just gonna stick with nothing for
Mm.
now.
Or
Eventually.
you could get those like seed blends, the like native seed blends, and then you put them in like a shaker, and then you just go
Yeah.
outside and you shake them in wherever you want. Nobody can stop you. There's less
What am I?
rules than you think there are.
Am I Johnny Appleseed or something? I'm just gonna just
Why
grow
not?
trees everywhere.
Do it.
Just every single place that could a tree could or couldn't go. I'm just gonna throw seeds.
Do it.
I
Nobody's stopping you.
like 20 years from now, it's like people are like, these trees have run amok. There's too many trees.
There can
What
never
the
be too
fuck are we
many
supposed to
trees.
do? Like,
Um,
I caused like some kind of like apocalypse or something of
with trees,
trees.
yeah. I mean, I said you could
Actually,
plant trees. I didn't say that they would grow or continue to grow.
but I want them to
I
grow.
know. You just have to trust the
Yeah.
process, man. Like this guy in
Me-
this movie, he tried to trust the process, didn't work.
yeah, it. I thought there would be something like a little more interesting with like the time warping thing happening, but it
Mm.
really is just to keep them stuck. But I thought that was
Yeah.
interesting in itself.
Yeah.
It's I would say that if anything, it's not like a frustrated feeling I have with it. It's like
Mhm.
it's more of a you're very close to something here. You almost had something here that
Yeah.
would have been amazing, but
Mhm.
it was like it didn't come quite together. But I feel like if this director hopefully keeps making, I mean,
Mhm.
this movie did pretty well, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, it was pretty
Uh,
cool, so.
yeah, and um I looked on Letterbox
Mhm.
for their other movies too. Like it's a couple short films. And
Mhm.
then he has this other movie which I think we'll probably end up watching for the podcast because it looks interesting and stylistic and stuff. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I mean, that's our vibe. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I feel like it's if anything, it's gonna be like you got a cool style. Now
Mhm.
can you make it work where I think
Mhm.
it's the best movie ever made? I know it's a really tall order to ask, but
Right. Yeah.
it's really not because I have a pretty weird standard for movies.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean.
they don't have to be the best acted movies for me to think they're amazing.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
it was. Go ahead. Sorry.
sorry. I'm thinking of like the way that these creatures sort of um subdued their targets
Yeah.
and versus the way they look. Um because it's not predatorial behavior. Um it's
And it wasn't like
survival.
chaotic either, like how
Yeah, it's survival
Mads was.
behavior. So they, subdue their target and then they put their egg into the woman or whatever,
Yeah.
um, to be fertilized, and then the woman grows their child, blah blah blah. But I'm like, okay, so they do this sort of call to disorient the person. But I was kind of wishing they looked maybe a little bit more grotesque, like
Not just like a
while,
normal person.
yeah, like while they were sort of like not necessarily like mating, but like, you know, doing their thing. But then I was like, I guess that doesn't really make sense because if they're trying to blend in with like other humans or they're like a subsect of
Yeah,
humans,
yeah,
then it would make
yeah,
sense for them to still be like to look more humanoid. Because I mean,
yeah,
she did have like a distended jaw and stuff.
yeah. Because
But
like they weren't going for like a body horror
yeah,
thing. Like it's kind of body horror, but it's like
oh,
inside your body horror, not
you,
really like
yeah,
outside.
very invasive, parasitic
Yeah,
type situation.
yeah,
Um, yeah, which is a whole thing.
yeah.
Because I was trying to decide if I actually liked the visual representation that I was
I
getting.
think your I think your mic is just about to just give up.
It hates me.
I don't.
Um,
It's weird because like when we play games, like we don't really have an issue, but it's like when
it's
we
only this.
record,
Yeah.
it's like, dude, just like work with us, please,
Mhm.
please.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is.
Ah,
Um, I guess I'll need to listen to the episode to see if it like cuts out or something on
you're
me.
you're gonna be like, oh fuck it. It's like because it's gotten progressively worse as it's gone on. So I think if
Rip.
anything, it's probably you just need like a new cord or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. So or maybe the mic actually sucks. I don't know.
I don't know. It could.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Yeah.
just need to put it in a different
Hole.
USB port. Yeah.
I guess USB port would have been a better
Yeah.
thing for
Mhm.
me to say, not
Mhm.
hole.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Uh, yeah, but
Something
yeah,
else. But
no,
yeah, this was a fun movie. In a creepy way.
yeah, uh, it was definitely an almost not quite movie. It was like I liked it, but I wish I would have loved it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I want to love it.
yeah,
Which there
uh,
might be like other reviews and things, and like other people's takes on it that could persuade
y-
you to love it. Maybe like seeing it from a different perspective type
well,
thing. I don't know.
one of the things I saw was when I say I watch it for the plot, I mean Hunter Schafer. And then the other one was a lesbian always saves the day. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
And the other one is: does anyone else think that Longlegs and that woman would look really cute together? Um,
Amazing.
but yeah, yeah, no, that's Cuckoo. I mean,
Mhm.
it's uh, yeah, it's. I almost didn't know if I was spelling cuckoo right when I looked at it
Mhm.
because you know it also kind of looks like cuckoo.
It does. Mhm.
Yeah, so like when I was like, "Did you guys watch Cuckoo?" And, like I looked at it and it's like, "Why am I spelling cuck?" It really threw me off.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, yeah. So like, I mean, Hunter Schafer's like really been blowing up too.
Yeah.
She's in, I mean, she's in that Euphoria show,
Yeah.
but she was also in Kinds of Kindness, which was yeah, Yorgo Lanthimos, I think that's his last name. He's the guy that did The Lobster and then like Killing of a Sacred Deer and Poor
Cool.
Things and a lot of movies. His movies are great too. I wish we could watch them for the show, but they're not. Well, I guess Killing of a Sacred Deer is kind of horror, but I've already watched it, and so
Yeah.
it'd be an episode where I'm not here, but since I'm usually
Mhm.
here, it's like, oh, all
Yeah.
right.
Old
I think there's only
reliable.
one episode where I'm not in.
Yeah. That's the one that we
Yeah,
watched, Society.
two actually, because you guys watch New Year's Day without me too.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, oh yeah, what we watched that? Yeah,
I don't
it
remember
was a
what that
thing.
was about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was just I was just doing something, so I
Mm.
couldn't. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Cuckoo. I say, sure, go
Go
for it.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Go Cuckoo for it. And
Yeah.
yeah, Hunter Schaefer, give us a call. Text us apparently because that's in all of our fucking episode descriptions.
Yeah,
I don't know where that goes, but yeah,
no idea.
comment. Tell us what
Mhm.
if you've seen Cuckoo. What did you think of it?
Mhm.
Let us know. Like the podcast, download episodes, follow us on YouTube, and eventually we'll make money. Not really, though. It takes a really, really long time to do that. So um, I'll just go broke over it. That's fine.
Mhm.
We're just
Yeah.
here. We just exist.
We just
But
exist.
yeah.